told my where's my wife at?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be by myself.
You wasn't by yourself.
I said I don't want to be by myself. Like,
Rashard Watson, Rashard Watson, Rashard Watson. Dominate. 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 Dominate.
welcome, and we're back with the Prodigal Son podcast. We're found on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and of course YouTube. I'm your host, Vincent Warren, and today I'm solo today. I wanted to go solo for the simple fact of I just wanted to give a brief summary on previous podcasts. I want to give a brief summary of what I call the man behind the camera, and go like that. So, of course, my podcast is about inspiration and motivation. I've enjoyed everyone that's been on. Everyone had their own story. Everyone had their own way of coming out, and I'm just excited and ecstatic what God's been doing in each and every one of you guys' lives. But this show is about the man behind the camera. So on today's episode, I would like to just to share from where I started to where I'm at right now. Oftentimes, when you see people, you get a perception of who they are by how they look. Ultimately, I pride myself on being the best dressed. You feel me? I can't complain. But my life has been a constant battle since day one. When I first started the podcast, or prior to the podcast, as I've been literally posting on my social media, just being transparent, hoping that me being transparent with my issues would ultimately help others go through theirs. They diagnosed me with stage 5 kidney disease, along with being a diabetic, type 1 diabetic. After that, yeah, that's how I started. But it seemed like this year, it's honestly been the worst year of my life. But also, I asked God to do a work in me. I also asked God, like, Lord, may you be lifted in every area of my life, no matter what it is. So starting with this year, and this is just me being transparent, I struggle with transparency forever, but you don't know what the stuff that you go through, who is able to help. So beginning of this year, I had a surgery. I had a pyodermal cyst that was on my tailbone, was giving me problems for maybe a year. I had a surgery on that. I never had surgery in my life. Very traumatic. Never had it. So when they told me I had to go under the knife, go under anesthesia, freaking out. I had the surgery. Coming out of that, I was in tears, bawling, crying. When I was bawling, crying, I was crying about my cousin Jeremy, who I lost when I was 20. I believe I went to his funeral on my 21st birthday. The last episode I shot, you heard me talk about, that was my ace, my guy. Broke my heart, but when I grieved, I never grieved correctly. I just brushed it up in the rug and kept moving because this is what I thought men should do. So when I came out of anesthesia, I was a mess. So that was the beginning. After that, getting through that, I was off work for a couple of weeks. Going through that, getting better. I was going through with my wife. My wife said she was going to divorce me. You're like, bro, what? Divorce me for what? For not being the man who I was supposed to be. She had every right of upset. So that just took a toll on my life because you never know what you got until it's starting to get taken. We take a lot of stuff for granted. And at the time, that was one of the things I took for granted. I didn't know how much of a good woman I had until she was about to go. So that shot my stress levels through the roof. Jesus, like, I think around that time, this year, that time I was literally just a mess. Like, didn't know what to do. Wouldn't talk to me, just nothing. Just everything was just in a blender. In the midst of that, I went to get blood work, and the doctor called me and said that my kidney levels dropped and they want me to start dialysis. Now, mind you, best dressed, fly boy, always there for others. I was a mess after that. I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. I feel like this not fair. This suck. You get to a point, honestly, where you just want to quit. Because along with being a diabetic, fighting with that, almost dying a couple times, passing out, just a lot of stuff. It's like, Lord, why are you doing this to me? Why me? And I think as men, we are looked upon as just so masculine and strong. We're not allowed to be weak. But it was a moment where I literally had to cry out to God and tell him, like, man, I can't take this no more. So, during that time, she set me up an appointment to go see the transplant people, and ultimately, I wasn't going. I wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't doing none of that. I'm like, nope, if I'm gonna die or whatever. But I'm like, you know what? I got family to live for. I have a wife to live for. I'm strong. But in that room, it's so much stuff going on. It was just very tough for me. And it still is tough for me. But my prayer always been, God, may you be lifted in every area of my life. And if I have to be the person that have to go through the trial to show others that your grace is sufficient and you will do a major work and you will take my hand and walk me through these times, like, I'll be that. I will be that. It will come time when I want to quit. You struggle, you go from doing this, then going through that. I just couldn't see it. I kept it to myself. I ended up calling my mom. My mom bust out crying. My old dude don't shut up when he talk. Talks to you every day. And I told him, he got quiet. Didn't say nothing. All he said after that was, Vince, you've been through so much. Mind you, almost 34. I'll be 35 in a couple weeks, and this is the burden I'm carrying. As a man, when I was on the phone with the doctor told me, like, she was in shock. She like, I can't understand how your numbers be so low, but you look so well. You're not swollen. She said people that kidney failure, they're swollen. They're wearing mismatched clothes because they can't gather mentally what's going on. She said, you look good. And I thank God for that because I don't look like what I've been through or I don't look like what I'm going through. So God's been holding me up even with that. But mainly, I'm here to just, your issues do not make you. I mean, the stuff that you're going through, You can get through it. My support system is crazy. My wife been there with me every step of the way. But I know I'm driving her crazy because doctor's appointments, just with me, just sometimes want an event. And it's hard because I never been through this before. I'm at a point where I don't know, and it's like, nah, just Lord, I trust you. I'm at that point where, Lord, I trust you. And I think with us as a people, you have to get to the point where, Lord, I trust you. Wherever you want, wherever you go, or wherever you're taking me, I trust you. But if you are going through things, you have to have a solid support system. You have to develop a prayer life where not only you are hearing from the doctors, but you're hearing from God what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And just be strong. It's okay to feel a certain way. I know when I used to tell, or when I was tell my sisters or whatever, I tell them how I feel. And sometimes they'd be like, well, you can't feel like that. No, you got to have faith. Never mix up faith with feelings. My faith says God can heal me. My faith says I'm going to be okay, but I feel that this sucks. This is not fair. I wasn't that bad for this. But the things that we go through, I urge you, talk to God about it first. Make sure you build a team around you that not just pray for you, but able to pray with you. Because when you go through tough stuff, things like this, the enemy really be trying to break you in every way he can possible. And there's never a time where you think you just got it all together. Because once you get to a point where you think this is solved, you're going to run into something else. And you only run into issues when you're purposed to do great things. So that's one of the things that keep me going, because I'm like, God, I can't. There's no possible way that should be going through this much stuff if you ain't got that much stuff on the other side of this. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was able to start this podcast, and this podcast is growing so tremendously and touching so many people, because this is one of the things that I'm supposed to do. But this is the man behind the camera. This is me. I never want to get to a point where I'm pump faking, because I've had years of that. I hold on to my stuff well. I believe that even this is a time where I've literally heard from God the most I have in my life. It's not about religion, like my cousin said. It's not about religion. It's about relationship. Relationship that you have with God literally will take you through this stuff. He give you peace that passes all understanding. And things will be okay. Things will be okay. But just know, this thing that you go through, you're not here alone. And me, I was the type of person that I fight my battles in silence. I don't tell nobody. But you got to get out of that, because I think the enemy gets you in a point where you're quiet and don't want to tell nobody, so he can attack you by yourself. But once he try to attack you by yourself, you have no help. So you have to be able to tell somebody that you know that can help you and not hurt you. This stuff is meant to break you straight up. Like, it's no worthy words I could put. It took me a while to even come here and kind of be like this, because like I said, I believe in not sharing until you out of it. But I'm going to share why I'm going through it so y'all can see my journey. Because if you can see my journey, you can see the pains. You can see the times that I just not okay. And right now, deep down inside, I'm not okay. Just being honest, I'm not okay. But I will be okay. Because for one, winners never quit, and quitters never win. I don't know how to quit. I wasn't raised to quit. I don't know. I don't even know what that is. What it look like. I keep pushing. I made a status the other day. You have to love, live, and learn. The 3 L's. Love, live, and learn. I love hard. I want to be loved hard. I live good. I'm going to continue to live good. And I'm constantly learning from everyone. But this year has been very obstacle filled. Obstacle filled. Every day is something new. I have my good days, I have my bad days, but ultimately I tell God, Lord, thank you. Because if you put me in it, you can help me through it. So again, anyone that's going through anything, for one, don't be afraid to talk about it. Because the enemy wants you to shut up. 2, develop a prayer life. And 3, live. Don't quit. Don't quit. It's funny that my brand is called Dominate. Dominate in everything. Not just at job, not just at your job, not just at work, but dominate in life. Be a better you. My prayer is always to be a better husband, a better brother, a better son, a better friend. Lord, make me better from the inside out. But the Bible says, as you prosper, as your soul prosper. So, Lord, I don't want to prosper outwardly before I prosper inwardly. Bless me from the inside out. So when you bless me from the inside out, they know it was you. I don't take no credit. Another one of my prayers, I'm letting y'all in order my little Jews, but another one of my prayers, Lord, I decrease for you to increase. That's how much I've grown in my relationship with God, because I don't matter. And I'm getting to the point where, like, the Lord literally answers all my prayers because I want what he wants. And he loves me so much that he gives me what I want. So again, this podcast or this episode this week is a motivation and encouragement. Never judge somebody by how they look, because you don't know what they going through. Be kind to everybody. My pastor said on a couple podcasts ago, develop the character of God. Give grace to others. Show love, forgive. Because you never know, it could be you on the other end of that. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful for my wife. I'm thankful for my parents. I'm thankful for my siblings. I'm thankful for everyone that have reached out to me in any kind of way for the compassion, for the love. I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good. So I'll tell anyone, just keep pushing forward. Take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Eat right. I started going back to the gym. And love wholeheartedly. Love wholeheartedly. I'm the type of guy, I don't want to be by myself. I don't want to be by myself. I need my wife. 100%. When I was coming up, I just kind of so solo, so in between the lines or whatever, but I need her. She like my backbone. Can't do nothing without her. So take this segment and really, if you're struggling with anything, give it to God. And then take the correct steps to change in your own life. Because the hardest thing to do is first acknowledging the fact that we need to change. And once you acknowledge the fact that you need to change, take the correct steps to go get the help that you need. Whether in any area, mentally, physically, health-wise, every area. God not going to do your work for you. He give you the tools and the material. You got to build it. And basically, that's the man behind the camera. Soon, I don't know, I might get interviewed or whatever, how I go, to go deeper in my life and the other battles I've had coming up in areas like that. But this is the prodigal son. I am the prodigal son, and I will be dominating.
And if it's after God, then you know I'm chasing. I'm trying to dominate life like them Bible stories. If you ain't die on the cross, you not an idol for me.
You can't be trying to play me, bro. Like,
Vince, you have to relax.
Bro, like,
Hey,
look,
Vince, you're back, honey. You're all done.
You have to relax.
they be trying to play me. I swear, I'm telling like I ain't even about that, bro. Like,
Play
I'm
what?
taking care
I
of
don't know what you're talking about.
Were you dreaming? You must have been dreaming back there, buddy.
it. If you come from where I come from and the stuff that I've been through, like I lost my cousin when I was like 18, like 21, like, you feel me? Like, that hurt me so bad.
Oh, I
but
can't imagine, yeah.
I swear I told him, like, I ain't never going through that again. Like, you feel
That's
me?
hard, isn't it, buddy? When you lose family, it's hard.
You be able to do something, girl, but I just made Deanna, I love her so much. You feel me? Like,
What was his name?
Deanna.
Jeremy, I love Jeremy so much. Like, that was my age.
Rashard Watson.
Dominate. 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 Dominate.